We'll take a look now at some of the settings on Mintsoft. In the clip about products, we did look at the product settings under user settings, but allow me to give you a few more examples. If we go to the top right hand side and go to user settings, we have a few different tabs. Under the general tab, we can add a profile picture, we can change the color scheme of Mintsoft, we can set our email address, we can also set if notifications come by email or not. If we scroll down, we also have the options to set a few different sound settings when scanning barcodes on Mintsoft. This will be covered on a later session. If we go to the top, we have order overview defaults. This is where we can change the default status we see on the orders overview page. We have some settings for order cart defaults. We have product overview settings, which we saw in an earlier clip. We have picking defaults. Some really good settings on here would include these three. You can automatically request the courier label on the scan actions page. This means when you're processing orders, the label generates without having to click it. You can turn this setting on here to automatically print labels, which means it saves you an extra click, and as soon as you get onto the packing page, the label just prints from the printer. This does require the print tool to be set up, which will be covered later on. You can then also automatically mark the shipment as dispatched once all documents have been printed. If you turned all three of these on, when you were to go to the packing screen, the label would print and the order would be dispatched, and you wouldn't even see the packing screen. We then have mobile defaults. This is when we're assigning batches out. We can have automatic selection of which type of batch for picking we're setting when doing mobile picking. And then we have purchase order defaults, where we can change a couple of settings here. For example, you can set the purchase order reference to be generated by Mintsoft automatically rather than having to turn it on at the time. And you can also make it so you can select the warehouse when you're creating the purchase order. If we go to settings, we then have settings for the whole business on Mintsoft. This is found under customer account settings. We have some tabs again. We have the general tab, a tab for ASN settings. We have notifications. This is where we can set which users will receive notifications for different parts of the system. You can have more than one user set to receive notifications. The left-hand side shows you the category of notifications which can come out, and there is a help guide on user accounts which does break these down into more detail. You have email settings. For this, you would need a Mailgun integration. Mailgun is a third-party system. It does have a cost to it, but it does also mean that you can create dispatch emails to come from Mintsoft. In most cases, you don't need this, as the e-commerce would do it for you, but if you deal with manual orders a lot, this might be something you want to consider. You have the automation tab here, contact details, shipping, printing, and accounting.